The Knicks shorthanded, so Precious Achiuwa got a start, made the most of his opportunity. Look at the dunk. He had 18. Second most points he scored in a game this year. But the Pistons, Cade Cunningham, did the Knicks in again. 36 points tonight. He had a run of 12 straight. Scored in the third quarter. And the Pistons, for the third time in 4 meetings this year, beat the Knicks 115-106. So what does it all mean? Pacers beat the Cavs. 2 games left for the Knicks. 2 games left for the Pacers. 1 more Knick win or 1 more Pacers loss, and the Knicks clinch third. But right now, it's only a game lead over the Pacers with 2 games left. So third is not clinched tonight in the Eastern Conference. Great to have you with us, Bill Pito, along with Wally Zerbiak from our Delta MSG studios. So no Josh Hart for the Knicks. OG Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson, all out. So they were shorthanded. 2 things to talk about here. Detroit's physicality, regardless of the fact that the Knicks were shorthanded, and the fact that the Knicks, over the final 6-19, scored only 7 points.
Yeah, they looked discombobulated. They looked confused. I don't think the physicality would have taken the toll on the Knicks if the Knicks had those 3 guys in the lineup. Those are the 3 most physical players on the Knicks as far as their strength and their physicality. And Josh Hart would not have let that go out there. You know, there are a lot of guys, there are a couple guys on the Knicks that look like they're kind of like, can we just get to the playoffs? And the Pistons did not play that way. The Pistons are a young team. They're a hungry team. They're gaining confidence. And the Knicks gave this Pistons team even more confidence if they happen to see him, which they look like they're going to see him in the first round. So Knicks are going to have to turn it around quickly. They earned this position, though. The Knicks are in a position where they can kind of lick their wounds. They can heal up some guys to plan to get ready to be healthy for the playoffs. But at the same time, you want to set a tone going into the playoffs. And that was not a good second half and not a good fourth quarter.
Jalen Brunson in the second half scored only 3 points.
Exactly.
It was 85 all after 3. Pistons won the fourth quarter 30-21. That was the whole game right there.
Yeah.
Final 12 minutes.
Pistons just did whatever they wanted. They shot 57% in this game. I mean, the Knicks didn't guard anyone. They had a size advantage at every position. That's because the Knicks were shorthanded, missing 3 of their key defensive stoppers. But at the same time, Landry Shamet, he knocked down this 3, cut the lead to 1. Then Cunningham, post up. Look at how easy this is. I mean, he just got 36 points, and he looked like he was playing against smaller guys in the JV team. It's so easy for him to score on the Knicks defenders. Shamet knocks down that big 3, 99 all at that point. But look at this, nothing on the exterior. I mean, this is just owning the paint, getting whatever you want off cuts. Cunningham coming off screens, wide open, easy 15-footer. Nothing but net. I mean, he just looked like he was in cruise control, and the Knicks are not a stingy defensive team anymore. And that's something that they need to figure out quickly, because if you want to win in the playoffs, you better play some D.
2 things here, Wally. Knicks from 3 in the second half, only 4 of 18. And look at points in the paint. The Knicks with 46, Pistons with 66. When have we seen a Knicks team outscored by 20 points in terms of points in the paint? I don't know. We've seen something like that all year long.
When there's no Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, and no Anunoby, that's what happens.
Alan Hahn in Detroit was on the game call with Kenny Albert. Got to mention as well, Alan, Cade Cunningham. His last 3 games against the Knicks. Triple-double, 36, and now 36 again.
And he loves playing at the Garden because he scored over 30 points a game in the Garden over his last 4 appearances, too. So something also to look forward to if this is a playoff matchup. And while he said it, man, that's what you saw in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. It was just posting up, spread it out. It was like Wally, Cold Spring Harbor against Syosset. Just give the ball to Wally in the paint and let him just beast mode people. That's really what that started to look like. No double teams were coming. The Knicks were playing a very vanilla defense, just straight up stuff, switching at times. But Cade Cunningham has a lot of confidence going up against this Knicks team, and the physicality part of it, sitting courtside here, not only did you see it on the floor, guys, this building, these people started to feel like, hey, let's let these Knicks know how tough this is going to be, and they were letting the Knicks hear it. The Knicks have had a lot of road games where they've had their fans in the building, and they've heard cheers. This is the first time in a while it felt like this entire building was against that Knicks team.
This is the turnaround team, the Pistons in the NBA. They only won 14 games last year. Look at that. Just Dennis Schroeder pushing over Jalen Brunson. He's got an attitude. Dennis Schroeder has won
deep too.
Gold medals overseas for Germany. I mean, he has played in big games. He is not scared. He's not going to back down. Then PJ Tucker knocks him on his behind. There was a lot of key plays here, and I like what P.J. Tucker brought. Honestly, having that guy on your bench, that's one guy you want if something breaks out on the floor. P.J. Tucker's been in playoff series. He's been in physical type situations. But at the same time, it's going to be a lot of the talk that people believe that the Pistons can give the Knicks a series. I think the Knicks are going to be fine, but the Pistons got the Knicks' attention with how they bullied them around tonight, because that's exactly what they did. And Tom Thibodeau now can show these plays, show this film, and tell the guys, we cannot let this happen come the playoffs. We need to stand our ground. We need to attack this team, because this team is not going to back down. We let them believe that they can beat us.
As the Knicks go down, final count tonight, 115-106. We'll hear from the Knicks coach when we come back after this. The Knicks' last regular season home game is tomorrow night. Cavs in town. We got the pregame for you at 7 and the game at 7:30. Back now at the Wally Wall as the Knicks lose in Detroit 115-106. One of the big bright spots, maybe the brightest spot, the play of Precious Achiuwa. Hart out, Anunoby out, Robinson out, so Achiuwa starts. It didn't matter. He hadn't played at all each of the last two games. 18 points and the dunk of the night.
It was a dunk of the night, and the Knicks were dominating through 2.5 quarters in this game. They built themselves a 13-point lead in this one. Look at this terrible pass. Leads to the turnover. Here goes Precious Achiuwa off to the races. Frees it there. Now watch what he does. Precious Achiuwa doesn't put the ball on the floor, and that's what catches Isaiah Stewart, because he can't get back quick enough. If he would have put the ball down, Isaiah Stewart could have gotten back there for the foul or maybe even the block. But the fact that he gets and elevates quickly, he's able to beat him to the spot and just absolutely posterize, facialize everything. Facialization right there. And look, what I loved even more, give Stewart the little shove right there. Give him the little shove. Let him know about it. Isaiah Stewart wants no part of that. That is big-time physicality and sending a message. Precious Achiuwa will be ready if he is needed against the Detroit Pistons if they match up in the first round.
Moving right along. Achiuwa, give him credit. When he gets an opportunity,
he always plays.
He contributes.
Yeah.
How hard? I'm going to show another great sequence from him on defense. As I mentioned, not a single second in each of the last two games, comes out and plays a great game. How hard?
Well, he stays ready. He's very good in pick and rolls because of his mobility. The problem is he doesn't have length to really protect the rim. But he's good in these types of situations, helping his guards out. Here's the screen by Jalen Duren. Look at how far up he is. This is good. You want to be up here. You want to be ready to move. You want to be ready to slide your feet so you stay in front of Cade Cunningham, and he just doesn't split the defense, which we saw sometimes, or blow by you. And then Cade Cunningham doesn't realize that Achiuwa's got long arms. That's a tough shot. Cunningham's used to Karl Anthony Towns being further back and that shot being open. But in this situation, good block by Achiuwa, and Karl Anthony Towns is a great passer. This is a quarterback pass on target to Achiuwa. And again, Achiuwa, look at this. One dribble, and he's at the rim dunking with two hands. He is a very good athlete, can dunk with both hands. Looked like a foul there, too. It was Tim Hardaway Jr., and the foul. Precious Achiuwa, just a phenomenal effort tonight, and that's what you got to do. If Tom Thibodeau's watching this game and he's looking at, we're playing the Detroit Pistons, I got to get Precious Achiuwa out there on the floor at times, because he's a tough matchup for them, and he's a good matchup for Jalen Duren and Isaiah Stewart.
I guess just first, you guys had the 13-point lead with playing some lineups maybe we don't usually see. PJ playing a lot and stuff. What you saw there, and then what you kind of saw towards the end.
Yeah, I thought first half played pretty good. Third quarter got up 13. And then I thought our turnovers really hurt us. So it was a tie score with probably 6-7 minutes left in the game. But, again, the turnovers really hurt us.
To keep Jalen out as a precaution with the ankle?
Yeah, just, we wanted to see some different guys out there, too.
So they're not, him and Cat didn't have a minutes restriction?
No.
What'd you see with the turnovers?
When I thought in the first half our aggression was really good. I thought there, some of it is, guys not being in the right spots, so we got to clean that up.
They were playing, obviously, their regular rotation. Does that help you guys all to get a sense of what you could be facing in the first round?
You just got to be ready to play. Whoever they have out there, whoever we have out there, that's the challenge that you're facing right now.
What inspired 27 minutes for PJ Tucker?
Just rotation. Obviously, OG's out, Josh is out, so it was good to get Precious out there for some minutes as well.
How much of a priority is it at this point to? Some of it's not in your control, but to lock up that third seed.
Yeah, and we talked about it. Like, we don't want to change our approach for anything. It's just take it step by step. And so you go into the game to prepare to win and play as hard as you can, fight to win every possession. And then you want to check as many boxes as you can. We want to be playing well and be the highest seed possible going into the playoffs.
Yeah, the Knicks, Josh Hart's a guy that could guard Cade Cunningham, also OG Anunoby. Bridges should be the guy, I think, that would match up perfectly with his length. But McBride was on him a lot, and Cade Cunningham can see over Deuce McBride, and I think that's an advantage that he had. He scored very easily when he got into the paint because of his size. And, the Knicks didn't always have a legitimate shot blocker out there, and the Detroit Pistons realized that. Cade Cunningham realized that, and that was an easy 36 points. He did his job. You go to work every single day. You try to get better as a young team, and I give this team a lot of credit. They came to work today. They don't really know what's going to happen as far as their playoff seeding. They have a couple big games left with the Milwaukee Bucks. So they're trying to sprint to the finish. And I always believe the best way to be going into the playoffs is with confidence and playing at a high level. It's not easy to turn it on when you haven't been playing well for the playoffs. Just go into the playoffs playing well, and this guy sure is doing it, Bill. 36 points, 16 at 24, 8 assists. He did absolutely whatever he wanted out there on the court. And the Knicks at times, their defense has not been what I'm used to watching Tom Thibodeau coach teams defensively. And that's something that is going to be my main key that they need to turn on in the playoffs. If they want to be at all effective, they need to be a better defensive team.
Here we go with the Audi MSG 150 final, the fastest 150 seconds in the National Basketball Association. Pacers still alive for third because they beat the Cavs tonight. Aaron Nesmith hits a three. Cavs resting just about everybody tonight. They've already wrapped up the number one seed in the East. They'll be here in New York to take on the Knicks tomorrow night. DeAndre Hunter puts the Cavs up 74-63. Pacers down 11. Tyrese Halliburton, look at that, falling out of bounds for three. Pacers bench loving that. Fourth quarter, Hunter a three. Darius Garland a night off. Loved that as he looked on. Hunter had 23 points. Garland couldn't believe that. Cleveland up 2. Sam Merrill, sharpshooter from downtown. Cavs bench loves that. Next trip for the Pacers, Jarris Walker answers with a triple for the Pacers, and they are down by 2. Pacers coming in, having won 5 games in a row. 4:18 left, Pacers down 2. Halliburton drives 4-2, and we're all nodded at 107 as Halliburton did a great job faking a couple of Cavs and finishing the play. Pacers up 3. Halliburton now on the outside. He had 23 points. Pacers on a 10-0 run. Cavs down 2. Last chance. 4 seconds left. Jalen Tyson for the tie. No. Pacers hang on 114-112. They're a game behind the Knicks for third. Knicks' magic number to clinch third is still 1. New Orleans and Milwaukee. Gary Trent Jr., a 3+ to foul. It's a 4-point play. Bobby Portis is back from his suspension, violated the league's drug policy, steps on a beer can, and the beer can explodes. We have a developing crisis in the front row. A cleanup on aisle 4, please. Look at that. Have you ever seen that in your life? He stepped on a beer can and the beer went everywhere. Clean it up. Second quarter, it's Giannis, all Bucks. Last check, fourth quarter, they're up by 23 over New Orleans. Atlanta and the Nets. Knicks will be at the Nets to close the regular season on Sunday afternoon. Trae Young to Zachary Richichet. Nice assist. Wow is right as the Hawks are up by 27 in this game in quarter number 4. That's your MSG 150 final presented by Audi. Karl Anthony Towns at 15 of his 25 in the fourth. but not enough for the Knicks tonight. We'll hear from Cat when we come back after this. All right, Knicks' final regular season home game tomorrow night. Cavs in town. We'll see who the Cavs suit up. As we showed you on the 150, they hardly played anybody tonight. Pre-game at 7, game at 7:30. Cat had 15 of his 25 in the fourth quarter, but it wasn't enough, and the Knicks lost tonight to Detroit.
So, Cat, obviously you guys are not whole, missing some key pieces, but what can you take out of a potential first-round matchup with Detroit and how you guys played tonight?
Just something we said the whole year. We got to play 48 minutes, including myself. So, just got to be better and, finish the game out and play all 48 minutes. We had a good first half, just didn't play the second half the way we needed to.
Is there a benefit to playing a team that you may be seeing in a week and kind of just seeing some of the schemes and what they run?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. But, at the end of the day, we need to get the win. So we didn't do that tonight. And, we got to regroup and get ready for tomorrow.
You guys have had that third seed. It seemed almost locked up for a while now, but it's still not right now. Indiana won, so does that matter to you guys to clinch that and get that out of the way?
I mean, it matters that we need to win games to win games. So, we had a good opportunity tonight. We just didn't get it done. I got to do better. So, like I said, we got to regroup. We have 2 more games. Got a game tomorrow, especially, and we got to get ready for that one.
As a back-to-back, will you definitely be playing tomorrow?
We got to get ready for tomorrow, so we got to get ready.
What about the physicality that Detroit plays with? Do you sense it, or is it kind of just another NBA team playing physical?
No, they play. That's Detroit basketball. They play physical basketball. They up their physicality in the second half. Just didn't do enough to win the game and include myself. So, take responsibility and move on to the next one and get ready for that one.
One more Knicks win, one more Pacers loss, and the Knicks clinch third. Right. Detroit and Milwaukee play the last 2 games against each other. Crazy. And if Detroit sweeps the 2, Milwaukee will finish 6th. So, still a lot to be decided. We're going to take a look ahead when we come back right after this. 2 games left. Home tomorrow night to the Cavs, and then at the Nets Sunday afternoon, and then the playoffs will start on the 19th, a week from Saturday. Wrapping up the post-game show, the last regular season home game for the Knicks is tomorrow night with Cleveland in town. Pre-game at 7, game at 7:30. You can also stream our coverage on MSG Plus now in the Gotham Sports app. Coming up next year on MSG, it's a better half hour. Knicks score only 7 points in the final 6:19. They can't hold a 13-point third-quarter lead. Cade Cunningham for Detroit with 36. And Detroit beats the Knicks tonight, 115-106. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night.